YouTube content creators on Kaspa are getting laughably incorrect as they're claiming Kaspa may be headed all the way down to 5 cents. This could not be farther from the truth, and it's based on some very simple logical thought process. For one, who's selling Kaspa and why? We just had a massive rocket to the upsides, which was partially caused by a gamma squeeze, as Binance recently listed Kaspa futures, as well as Coin One and another exchange listing recently just put Kaspa on their platforms. This, in combination with a massive amount of whales buying in late August, early September, between 4 and 5 cents, finally caused Kaspa to make a massive move to the upside. Now, taking a look at that poll on the bull flag, we can clearly see if you stop right at 12.5 cents and then you take the entire zigzag part out and actually straighten that out, it's at least 2.5 to almost 3 times the size of the poll. That means that there's more than double the buyers that bought on the tippy top of that flagpole than actually bought the flagpole. And that's the people that are selling, the kind of guys who said, you know what, this might go even higher. I'm going to buy at 13. Then it dropped down to 12.5, and they said, you know what, I'm going to try my luck at a lower price. Took a small loss or gut out with even bags and are waiting for a low number. It's only those people. There's no massive whales that are taking profit right now on Kaspa, not with the ETF right around the corner. And that's a key factor in plotting out this chart. In fact, we're the only channel that had the correct technical analysis theory. Not only did we predict exactly where Kaspa was going to come down and bounce off of, we gave a detailed reason for why that trend line is there and how it functions on the chart as a whole in our previous upload. This is from an email I sent to someone that I'm privately coaching 48 hours before the Kaspa crash happened. And we could see there was 2 intersecting origin trend lines. And we believed that this was going to be what would cause Kaspa to go on sale. And we advised him to start purchasing at 10.5 cents. The reason we got 10.5 is we just followed this origin trend line all the way down to the date of January 10th. That, of course, is the SEC's deadline to have a ruling on the Bitcoin BlackRock ETF. That gives us 10.5 cents. Now, you guys remember in the last video, I was warning you guys to keep your cash out of USDT because the SEC seemed to have a problem with the ETF going into USDT. They want it to go straight into cash. And of course, BlackRock has just revised the filing, changing it to an all-cash ETF. So things are looking very bright for this January 10th. Jumping over to the Kaspa chart, I want to talk about gravitational field. Now, this is for people who had already watched the previous upload. With this origin trend line right here, you're going to get enough variance volatility, gravitational field of said trend line. This is a concept that we covered while we were forming the handle off of the cup in August to September, because you can bet your bottom dollar, of course, none of this is financial advice, that there's no way that this candle is going to go all the way back down and touch this lower origin trend line unless there's a massive black swan event like the Bitcoin ETF doesn't happen, which is a whole nother story. But until that date comes on January 10th, we're definitely going to be staying inside of this gravitational field, which would make the lowest possible point for us to hit 8.5 cents would be on January 9th. The massive issue with that is the deadline's right around that date. So who's going to be unloading their Kaspa in the last week right before the Bitcoin ETF gets announced? It just doesn't make sense when you put charting together with the fundamentals. There's a couple missing links for anyone who thinks that we're going to fly all the way down to 6 cents. All their marbles aren't there. Of course, we did originally say that the lowest we could possibly go would be 8 cents. Notice how we just flicked this support line in the blue zone, and we had outlined that in our previous upload. We just flicked it. If we were going down and bouncing off of it, hugging up against it, they say anywhere between 3 and 5 touches is what starts to make a trend line lose its strength. Then we might be starting to talk 8. No. We just flicked it, and then we bounced all the way up to the next support line above it. So there is no way that 8 is in the distance right now, because in order for it to happen, it would realistically be on the 9th of January, which just doesn't make sense. So the realistic price discounts might be off the table right now for Kaspa, but if you stay tuned, keep in cash, you might get another chance at that 10.5 cents. Thanks for checking out this video, guys. We are building a Patreon that is going to be jammed packed with educational material, and this should be ready for you at the beginning of the new year. You know, these Kaspa videos everyone's making reminds me exactly of April and May, when everybody was long except for us. And again, this was because we understand origin trend lines. So we're going to teach you guys all of this stuff, and you will definitely get more than your money worth for this reasonably priced Patreon once it's ready to go. I got to get back to working on it. Good luck out there. I'll catch you on the next one.